Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Westerns and crime on this Saturday. We're going to have Gun Will Travel starring John Dehner from Sunday, February 21st, 1960, and yours truly, Johnny Dollar, from that same Sunday. We're also going to have The Six Shooter from 1954, Gunsmoke from 1953, and Fibber McGee and Molly from 1955. That's all straight ahead on this Saturday. This is the 21st day of February, 52nd day of the year. We have 313 days left in the year. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels published the Communist Manifesto on this date in 1848. The Oakland Daily Tribune published its first newspaper in 1874. The first telephone book issued in New Haven, Connecticut on this date in 1878. The newly completed Washington Monument dedicated in 1885. The New Yorker published its first issue on this date in 1925. And the first flight of the first successful flying car, Waldo Waterman's Aerobile, in 1937. Couldn't it have been Willard Waterman's? Wouldn't that have been? Well, never mind. The League of Nations on that same date in 1937 banned foreign national volunteers in the Spanish Civil War. Now, in New York City on this date in 1947, Edwin Land demonstrated the first instant camera, the Polaroid land camera, to a meeting of the Optical Society of America. That was in 1947. You know, all over the 50s and 60s on game shows, they were giving away the Polaroid cameras. Now, that's not to say they weren't a big hit. They were just giving them away to give them away. No. Great publicity. NASCAR incorporated on this date in 1948. And in 1952, the government of Winston Churchill abolished identity cards in the UK to set the people free. 1953, Francis Crick, James T. Watson discovered the structure of the DNA molecules. In 1960, Fidel Castro nationalized all businesses in Cuba. In 1965, Malcolm X assassinated at the Audubon Ballroom in New York City by members of the Nation of Islam.
Whites can help us, but they can't join us. There can be no black-white unity until there is first some black unity. We cannot think of being acceptable to others until we have first proven acceptable to ourselves.
Now, Malcolm X's daughter has come out and said she doesn't believe the Nation of Islam did it. So we don't really know, except that officially members of the Nation of Islam are who killed Malcolm X on this date back in 1965. In 1972, President Nixon visited the People's Republic of China to normalize Sino-American relations. The last Israeli soldiers left the West Bank of the Suez Canal on this date in 1974 in carrying out a truce with Egypt. In 1975, former Attorney General John N. Mitchell and former White House aides H.R. Haldeman and John Ehrlichman sentenced to prison in 1975 in the Watergate scandal. In 1988, Jimmy Swaggart, on his own television program being taped in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, confessed he was guilty of an unspecified sin and would be leaving the pulpit.
I have sinned against you, my Lord. And I would ask that your precious blood would wash and cleanse every stain until it is in the seas of God's forgetfulness.
Swaggart would eventually be defrocked by the Assemblies of God, but after some time continue his ministries as an independent church. In 1995, Steve Fawcett landed in Leader, Saskatchewan, Canada, becoming the first person to make a solo flight across the Pacific Ocean in a balloon. David Letterman returned to The Late Show on this date in 2000, over a month after having had an emergency quintuple heart bypass surgery. And in 2006, New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg unveiled a brand new sign on the corner of West 66th Street called Peter Jennings Way, in honor of the late ABC News anchor.
We'll walk down Peter Jennings Way, smile at the thought of an old friend, and then continue on. And I think somehow or other, that's the way Peter Jennings would have wanted it.
Cancer took Peter Jennings at a very young age. Alrighty, on this date, passing away, impresario and disc jockey Murray the K.
Hey, baby, it's What's Happening. This is Murray the K, coming your way right here on your favorite spot on the dial and telling you that we've got all kinds of goodies tonight. Later on, we'll have the record review board contest, a little submarine race watching, and right now...
Big New York City disc jockey Murray Kaufman, better known as Murray the K, passing away on this date at the age of 60 back in 1982. He was all over the dial. He was on... he was on WMCA for a period of time, and then Wins 1010, which is now all news, and then he went along with other goodies, and then he became the fifth Beatle for a period of time. That's his popularity. He got to introduce the Beatles in New York City. Composer Morton Gould also passing on this date. Eugene Scott, the religious broadcaster. I hate to mention, he passed the same day as Billy Graham did, but years apart. 13 years apart? Peter Tork of the Monkees passing away on this date. And if you listen to any of the information you heard talking about Secret Service agent Clint Hill, he passed away a year ago today. Clint Hill was one of the people involved when JFK was assassinated. Clint Hill, that Secret Service agent, passed away a year ago today. Birthdays on this date, those who are no longer with us, include Spanish guitarist Andre Segovia, actress Ann Sheridan, director Sam Peckinpah, the delightfully humorous Irma Bomback, from Maude, Mama's Family, and the Golden Girls, Rue McClanahan, also Snape in the Harry Potter movies, Alan Rickman, and race car driver Davey Allison. All those folks born on this date in history, they are performing on a brand new stage.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
From the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, Gary Lockwood, 89 years old today. From Cagney and Lacey, Tyne Daly is 80. He was C-3PO in the Star Wars movies. Anthony Daniels is 80.
R2-D2, you've come back. You found what? How dare you call me that?
From Star Wars, Anthony Daniels is 80. Frasier, Kelsey Grammer, 71.
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling, tossed salads and scrambled eggs. And maybe I seem a bit confused. Yeah, maybe, but I got you pegged. But I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Scrambled eggs all over my face.
Did his own theme song even. Kelsey Grammer, 71 today. Mary Chapin Carpenter, who sang about those passionate kisses. She is 68 today. Jack Coleman from Dynasty and Heroes is 68. Remember the Blue Lagoon? Christopher Atkins, all grown up at 65. Billy Baldwin, 63. Pro wrestler from the Colon family, but he's just known as Carlito in the WWE. 47. Jennifer Love Hewitt, 47 as well. And from Key and Peele, comedy until he moved into the serious stuff like Get Out and The Twilight Zone, Jordan Peele, 47.
Show you can only buy a ticket to in The Twilight Zone.
There you go, Jordan Peele, 47 today. The delightful Welsh singer Charlotte Church, who had such a wonderful melodic operatic voice. And then she turned around and did rock music. Charlotte Church, 40 years old today. From Twilight, Ashley Greene is 39. And from Game of Thrones, the ex-Mrs. Jonah Jones, Sophie Turner. Let's try that again. The ex-Miss Joe Jonas. I turned it around. Joe Jonas of the Jonas Brothers. Sophie Turner is 30 today.
And the snows fall and the white winds blow. The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
From Game of Thrones, Sophie Turner is 30 today. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 21st day of February is their birthday. If this is your birthday...
Hi, we're the four freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you!
Developed by an individual going through cancer treatments, Professor B's digestive aid has been tested. Inspired by Roman herbology, it delivers pristine natural ingredients that promote balanced digestion and overall wellness. It's simplicity at its best. And if you use my promo code Wyatt when you check out, you will not only support the podcast, you'll save 10% and get the best deal. Professor B's Digestive Age, pure honey and aphtheria, supporting gut health gently and effectively and naturally. Check it out, profbees.com, promo code Wyatt. That's profbees.com, promo code Wyatt to save 10%. Your gut deserves your best intentions and your best help. Take care of it at Professor B's Digestive Aid, profbees.com. Link in the show notes and link at classicradio.stream. Coming up next, we'll head to San Francisco, California for Have Gun Will Travel.
His name, Harry Callahan, otherwise known as Dirty Harry. Occupation, cop, homicide squad. His beat, San Francisco. Special talents, crack marksman. His methods, unusual. His record to date, never failed to bring in his man. His present case, magnum force. Clint Eastwood is Inspector Harry Callahan. Hal Holbrook is Detective Lieutenant Briggs. Magnum Force is the film. From Warner Brothers, rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent.
And we're going to go back now to Sunday, February 21st, 1960. John Dehner as Paladin. Have Gun Will Travel.
You made a contract with me under false pretenses. Usually, when I get forced into a corner, I can shoot my way out. But this time, you've made that impossible.
Have Gun Will Travel. Starring Mr. John Dehner as Paladin. San Francisco, 1875. The Carlton Hotel, headquarters of the man called Paladin.
Mr. Paladin, do you like a coffee now?
Yes, Hey, boy. What are you doing waiting on table?
I come warn you.
Of what?
Man over there. He watch you all the time you eat. Maybe so he enemy. I think I better tell you.
What man?
Man over by... Oh, too bad. He coming over here now.
Huh. I've never seen him before.
Well, I be nearby. You need me.
Yes, I'll let you know, hey, boy.
Oh, are you Mr. Paladin?
That's right.
I've been watching you, Mr. Paladin. I've decided you'll do.
Well, thank you. What will I do?
Well, you're just the man for the job. You're capable enough from what I hear, and I dare say fearless.
Oh, you flatter me.
No, it's not flattery, Mr. Paladin. Facts, based upon keen observation. May I sit down?
By all means.
Thank you. My name's Felber Fid.
Felber? What can I do for you, Mr. Fid?
Well, I've been sent here by the respectable element of Brackwater.
Brackwater?
Yes, a cow town south of the Tehachapies.
Oh, yes.
The respectable element has triumphed in Brackwater, Mr. Paladin.
Oh.
Triumphed, I tell you, but it was not an easy victory.
Well, virtue's victory never is.
Well, there remains, however, one pocket of resistance, one holdout, one sink of sin. And that's where you come in.
Where I come in?
Exactly. A.J. Bannion's the name.
Of whom?
The holdout. A.J. Bannion, proprietor of the Paradise Saloon, which I tell you is indeed a cesspool of corruption. This A.J. Bannion refuses to listen to the sweet voice of reason, so we are compelled to employ the force of your persuasion.
At my usual fee, Mr. Fid?
Of course.
Well, that's a relief. So often I've found that the respectable element believes that virtue is its own reward.
Well, not in this case. We will pay.
Well, then you have just engaged a Pied Piper who guarantees to remove the rats of Brackwater.
Wonderful. I thank you, Mr. Paladin. I thank you indeed. Oh, how the good folk of Brackwater will rejoice when they hear these splendid tidings.
Constipation is something people don't talk much about, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Now, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say: a laxative should be effective, gentle, as close to natural acting as possible, and a medicine that can be used with complete confidence. Well, pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is gentle. Next morning, it gives you the closest thing to natural action. And that's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Is X-Lax in your medicine cabinet?
Brackwater wasn't much of a town. A wide main street deep in dust, a few scraggly cottonwoods aridly protesting against being asked to grow where no tree had grown before, but it was home to the respectable element whose roots went deep, many of them being the first families who helped found this Mecca almost a decade ago. The other element came and went, came thirsty and went slaked, hungover and otherwise depleted, thanks to the hospitality of the Paradise Saloon.
Hey, Tex, did you hear that? This stranger's looking for Mr. Bannion.
Well, tell him, Shorty, tell him.
Oh, I ain't got the heart.
I'm losing patience, gentlemen. Just a straight answer, please. Where can I find Mr. Bannion?
Well, I'm trying to tell you, stranger. You see those four people leaning on the bar over there?
Yeah?
There's 4 10-gallon hats, right?
Right.
4 gun belts, right?
Right.
Well, you look lower. Only 3 of them are wearing pants. The one wearing a skirt is a lady. You ask her about Mr. Bannion.
Yeah, thank you. I will. I beg your pardon, ma'am.
Yeah, what can I do for you, stranger?
Well, they said that you could tell me where to find Mr. Bannion.
Mr. Bannion? There ain't no Mr. Bannion. There never was.
A.J. Bannion?
A.J. Bannion. That's me, Alice Jane Bannion.
Oh.
Any comments, criticisms, or objections?
Oh, no, none at all.
Well, then what can I do for you?
Nothing, ma'am, nothing at all. I guess I got the wrong party. I'm sorry to have troubled you.
No trouble at all. Drop in anytime you're thirsty. We got the best drinking whiskey in town. Matter of fact, it's the only drinking whiskey in town.
Mr. Fidd.
Mr. Paladin.
Mr. Fidd, I must ask you to release me from my contract.
Release? Oh, my, no, that'd be quite impossible, I'm afraid. A contract's a contract.
Of course it is, but it can be dissolved by mutual consent of the contracting party.
That's true, only I don't consent.
Now, look here, Mr. Fidd. You made that contract under false pretenses.
Mr. Paladin, that's a very serious accusation.
Nevertheless true. You engaged me to rid this town of a man named Bannion.
No. I never said anything about a man named Bannion. I engaged you to get rid of A.J. Bannion.
But you didn't tell me the A.J. stood for Alice Jane.
Well, now, that's true, in a way, Mr. Paladin, but I didn't say A.J. stood for Albert James or Arthur John either. Now, did I?
No, but you led me to believe.
No, I did not, Mr. Paladin. The subject just never came up.
But I can't get rough with a woman.
Well, you can with this one, and she'll get rough right back to you. Rougher. She is the roughest woman you'd ever want to meet. You don't suppose if she wasn't that we'd be wasting the town's good money hiring an expert like you? No, sir. We'd have thrown her out ourselves. We tried, but she wouldn't cooperate.
Mr. Fidd, you place me in a most difficult position.
But I reckon you've been in worse ones before.
But I could shoot my way out of them.
Well, you might have to shoot your way out of this one before you're through.
Are you smoking more now, but enjoying it less? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. Are you looking for flavor and mildness? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
If you're smoking more today, but enjoying it less, try Camels. The Camel blend of costly Turkish and domestic tobaccos has never been equal for rich flavor, easygoing mildness, real smoking satisfaction every time you light up. The best tobacco makes the best smoke.
Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
Well, good evening, stranger.
Evening.
Right friendly of you to visit us again. What can I do for you?
Whiskey, please.
You look like you're carrying the troubles of the world on your shoulders.
I am.
Then have a drink on me.
Thank you, Miss Bannion.
Miss. Nobody called me Miss. I'm A.J. to my friends and to my enemies, and folks are either one or the other.
I'm sorry. A.J., I'd like to be your friend.
No reason why we can't.
I'd like to talk to you.
Go ahead, talk.
Well, couldn't we go over to that table where it's more quiet?
Sure. Why not?
Hey, AJ.
Yeah, Tex.
Ain't it a fact that Ulysses S. Grant is the worst president the United States ever had?
I wouldn't know, Tex.
I've been trying to tell this mule-headed shorty here.
Well, now, who's mule-headed?
Now, simmer down, boys. You know the house rules.
Well,
obey them. You'll live longer.
Well, all right, man. Mule-headed. You, sir?
This table to your liking?
Yes, it's fine.
Well, then sit down.
Thank you. Now, you have house rules, huh?
Oh, in a way. 3 subjects is taboo in this saloon. Politics, religion, and women. Too many good men have died defending one or the other.
Yet where would the world be without them?
Better off.
But you're a woman.
Well, I never felt much like one.
That's a pity.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather be the way I am than be yoked up to one of these hairy-eared Ranahans.
These aren't the only men in the world.
Only ones I ever seen. I was born among them, raised among them.
You better get ready to talk, Johnny Ramp.
I'm ready anytime.
Just a minute. Excuse me, stranger. Tex!
What?
Shorty! I warned you!
You shot my hat off.
Mine, too.
Next time I'll shoot your head off. I told you to simmer down. I don't mind if you kill each other, but do it outside. Won't have none of you giving this place a bad name. Now, where were we, stranger?
We were talking about you.
What were we saying?
Well, I believe that I had observed that it was a pity that a lady of your obvious charm and talent should be born to blush unseen and waste her fragrance on this desert air.
Stranger, you talk plumb poetic.
It is time, Miss Bannion, that you thought of yourself as a woman. A woman still young, still attractive. A woman for whom some man somewhere awaits.
Where?
Who knows? Certainly not here. The world, my dear Miss Bannion, is yours for the taking.
Why?
So why don't you abandon this provincial backwater? Come into the wide, wonderful world of gallant men and lovely ladies of whom, believe me, Miss Bannion, you have no peer.
You make that sound mighty tempting.
Then you will leave Brackwater?
Well, I might permit myself to be persuaded.
Then by all means, permit me to persuade you. Look at these hairy-eared tin horns and ask yourself why you spend another day in this jerkwater town.
Why, say you are right. You've convinced me that I was born for better things than this.
Good. How soon can you leave?
Just as soon as you're ready.
Me?
Yes, sir, just a minute, dearie. Listen, boys! I got an announcement to make. First off, tonight the drinks are on the house. Wait a minute! The drinks are on the house because I am closing down the Paradise Saloon. The panty-waist crowd in this town has been wanting to get rid of me for some time now. You all know that. What they wasn't able to do, this stranger has done. He has opened my eyes and he's gonna take me out of all this.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I didn't say that.
Tonight's the last night, boys. Drink hearty!
Oh, but now, Miss Bannion, please. Oh, well. Have it your way for now, A.J.
Dandruff bothers most men, most women too. So listen. Today you can get rid of embarrassing dandruff in just 3 minutes. Yes, with Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. Unsightly dandruff's gone in 3 minutes. It's the quickest, easiest of all leading shampoos. That's not all. Using Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep embarrassing dandruff away. Simply apply in the unique Fitch manner. Before you wet hair, rub in 1 minute. This way, Fitch shampoo penetrates right down to the scalp. Next, add water. Lather 1 minute to wash every trace of dandruff out of your hair. Then rinse 1 minute. All that loosened dandruff goes down the drain. In 3 minutes with Fitch, 1 rubbing, 1 lathering, 1 rinsing, dandruff's gone. And never forget, gentle Fitch can also leave your hair up to 35% brighter. To get rid of dandruff problems forever, brighten hair too, use Fitch regularly. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today, only 59 cents.
Well, looky here, Felber Fid, why, you little Dickens. Thought I'd never see the day you'd walk into the Paradise Saloon.
I came over as soon as I heard the news, A.J.
Yes, sir, I decided to see it your way, thanks to this sweet-talking stranger.
But good. Well, it just happens I have the papers right here with me. You want to sign them now?
You making the same offer?
The same offer.
All righty.
There you are.
She's yours, Felber.
And I'll have the money for you the first thing in the morning, as soon as I open my safe.
Oh, I trust you, honey.
She'll make a fine meeting house.
Well, you got this stranger here to thank for bringing me to my senses.
I know that.
Yes, sirree, he convinced me that I was wasting my time
My
here.
keen judgment assured me he was the right man to hire.
Hire? What? What do you mean, hire?
Have you got any idea who this stranger is, A.J.?
No, it all happened so fast, didn't get around to asking him his name.
Well, ask him now.
What's your name, stranger?
Paladin.
Paladin. A hired gunslinger from San Francisco?
At your service, Miss Bannion.
Not at my service. Felber, who paid him to come down here and make a fool out of me?
Now, I meant every word I said, Miss Bannion.
Don't call me miss. You just stand up, be ready to draw. Nobody makes a fool out of A.J. Bannion. Stand up! Go ahead, Paladin. Go for your gun any time.
Although you seem to doubt it, Miss Bannion, I have principles. among which is consideration for and admiration of the weaker sex.
Weaker sex, draw!
I have never drawn on a woman, and I shall not begin now.
Draw!
You won't draw unless I go for my gun, and, as you see, my hands are in the air.
Which makes it convenient for me to relieve you of your gun. You may live to regret that you didn't let me kill you in a fair fight, because I'm gonna make you prove all those sweet words you told me. Why, you're a-gonna wine me and dine me, Mr. Paladin. You're a-going to romance me. You're going to show me the world. At gunpoint, if necessary. Felber?
Yes, A.J.?
You still deputy in this town?
Yes, A.J.
Want to do me a favor?
Sure, A.J.
Lock this critter up in the jailhouse until I come for him in the morning, will you?
Sure, A.J. I'll be glad to. Come along, you.
Oh, brother. This miserable cold, and my sinuses.
Haven't you heard about Dristan? Dristan decongestant tablets not only help drain all 8 sinus cavities, critical areas of cold's infection, but circulating through the blood, Dristan reaches all congested areas. In one fast-acting, uncoated 3-layer tablet, Dristan, for the first time, combines
a decongestant to shrink all swollen membranes, relieve pressure and pain,
an exclusive anti-allergent to help keep breathing passages dry and clear,
pain relievers to ease body aches, reduce fever,
vitamin C to help build body resistance. This is Dristan. Today, Dristan is widely imitated, but the exclusive Dristan formula cannot be duplicated. For real relief from cold's misery and sinus congestion, there's nothing like Dristan decongestant tablets.
Felber Fid played his part to the hilt. Poking his gun in my ribs, he pushed me out of the saloon ahead of him and marched me down the main street for all the town to see. Then we turned a corner in the direction of which I assumed was the jail. But once out of sight of the townsfolk, he pushed me into a door across which was the sign, Fid Land and Development Company. Inside the office, he locked and bolted the door.
Now, this time you've gone too far, Paladin.
Look here, Mr. Fid. Just pay me my money. I'll be on my way.
With A.J.?
Not if I can help it.
But she said...
I can't help what she said. You wanted me to close her saloon, and I did.
But I said nothing about taking her away from Brackwater.
Oh, that's her idea.
You've bewitched her. You've stolen her from me.
From you?
Yes, Paladin. And you may as well know. I've admired Miss Bannion from afar for a long, long time. I've always felt if she could be deterred from her evil ways, she would make a man like me a fine wife.
Oh, Mr. Fid.
The fee I offered you was not put up by the respectable element of Brackwater, but by myself. And I must say in all frankness, I don't feel compelled to pay you for this ultimate breach of contract.
Look, Mr. Fid, I don't want the lady, just the money.
Oh, yes, but it appears you have her. She is leaving with you.
Not if I can help it. Look, if you want her, take her.
You didn't mean what you said to her?
Well, yes, I meant every word of it, but I didn't mean that I was the man to make her dreams come true.
Well, Mr. Paladin, you know, I think I am.
Good. Now, you just hold that thought. And in the meantime, just give me back my gun and let me get out of here.
Yes, I'm inclined to do that, Mr. Paladin. Only there's one thing I want to verify before I let you go.
What's that?
Having watched your technique with A.J., I've come to the conclusion that one can't fail if one simply treats her as a lady.
Ah, Mr. Fid, that's not only true with Alice Jane Bannion. It's true of every woman who ever lived. Come in.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Paladin.
Good morning, Miss Wong.
Good morning. I bring morning paper and mail. You got special fat letter from place called Blackwater.
Oh, yes, I've been wondering when it would come.
Lots of green money.
Yeah. And I earned every penny of it, Miss Wong.
Look, there's something else in the envelope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Miss Alice Jane Bannion and Mr. Felber Fidd request your presence at their nuptials, Friday the 13th at 3 o'clock at the First Brackwater Church, formerly the Paradise Saloon.
You gonna make you present at nuptials?
No, Miss Wong, no, I think not. I make it a policy never to get mixed up in marriages.
Thirsty people everywhere prefer ice-cold Pepsi-Cola. And because it's light, it refreshes without filling.
Charlie, be sociable.
I am, Kay. Pepsi is a favorite of thirsty people from Maine to Hawaii, from Alaska to Florida.
Charlie.
It's perfect for parties or picnics, so serve Pepsi to your guests.
That's helpful, but...
This is the sociable part. Keep plenty of Pepsi ice-cold and ready. Remember, it goes fast because everybody likes Pepsi.
Singing still sounds more inviting. May I?
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
But singing doesn't say, pick up an extra carton of Pepsi today. Better yet, get a case.
You do that.
Have Gun Will Travel. Created by Herb Meadow and Sam Rolfe, is produced and directed in Hollywood by Frank Paris and stars John Dehner as Paladin, with Ben Wright as Hey Boy and Virginia Gregg as Miss Wong. Tonight's story was specially written for Have Gun Will Travel by William N. Robeson. Featured in the cast were Howard McNear, Harry Bartell, Vic Perrin, and Jeanette Nolan. Our sincere congratulations and good wishes go to the staff and management of radio station WAAX in Gadsden, Alabama, which has joined the ever-growing list of CBS radio affiliates. Welcome again, WAAX. This is Hugh Douglas inviting you to join us again next week when CBS Radio presents Have Gun Will Travel.
Howard McNear. My goodness, what a wonderful role he played there. It's Have Gun Will Travel from Sunday, February 21st, 1960, 66 years ago. We'll take a look at the news and what else was on the radio on that Sunday in just a moment when Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues.
Someday you'll own, someday you'll own. Sooner or later you'll own Generals. Remember your dad with a new car, the tires wouldn't do. He traded for Generals right away. Or if it was Mom's car that needed, he'd take her along. And General's the one he bought that day. Someday you'll own, someday you'll own. Sooner or later you'll own Generals. Sooner or later you'll own Generals.
On Sunday, February 21st, 1960, the radio dial was kind of barren as far as old radio shows go. The only things that were still on the air was CBS, which ran Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, which we'll hear next at 5 o'clock Eastern. That was followed by the recently reinstated Suspense, then Have Gun Will Travel and Gunsmoke. Of those shows, Have Gun Will Travel and Gunsmoke would be gone soon. Then they went to Mitch Miller and the New York Philharmonic. That was your Sunday night on CBS. You had local programming on Mutual. You had Monitor over on NBC, which was a wonderful program, but it wasn't what we were used to. And also, you had music over on ABC, local programming. There you go. Let's take a look at the news headlines from 66 years ago, Sunday, February 21st, 1960. Staggering onslaught of snow, reinforced by bone-chilling winds, kept portions of the east paralyzed yesterday, while a new snow storm pasted the central plains and rolled northeastward. The newspaper of Prime Minister Fidel Castro's revolutionary movement yesterday called Washington's apology for a private plane raid a moral victory. But it said apology was not enough and demanded sweeping action against anti-Castro activities in the United States. Britain's day-old prince of the realm was pronounced yesterday to be a husky 7 pounds, 3 ounces and doing very well. Britons then broke out all flags in a thunderous official salute to the Queen's new baby. Jet fighters screamed low over flag-bedecked London to honor the royal prince born Friday. The boom of 103 guns echoed in hundreds of other guns boomed out across the globe. The prince's proud father, grinning from ear to ear, went out to the ball game. An earlier doctor's bulletin had announced the baby's solid weight, only 3 ounces lighter than Prince Charles at his birth 11 years ago, and 1 pound 3 ounces heavier than Princess Anne at her delivery 9 years ago. Twin announcements were all Britons needed to rip loose with the celebration, undeterred by dismal drizzling skies and record layers of snow choking the north. Well, a great debate over capital punishment in California triggered when Governor Edmund G. Pat Brown granted a reprieve to Carol Chessman yesterday, brought a threat of impeachment of the chief executive. Bruce B. Regan, a conservative Republican legislator, said he was seriously considering bringing up a bill at the legislative session starting February 29th to impeach Brown for staying the execution of the rapist kidnapper. This was the regular budget session of the legislature that Brown turned into a concurrent special session Friday when he said he would ask it to consider abolishing capital punishment. Brown, at the same time, stayed Chessman's death only 10 hours before he was to go to the gas chamber. Attorneys for the Los Angeles sex terrorist predicted he would never be executed now after 11 and a half years on death row. But there was by no means assurance that this was true, despite a worldwide storm of protest, which Brown said influenced his decision. A powerful group of California legislators promised to fight any bill to abolish capital punishment. They would be presented then. They included legislators who had previously favored a ban on the death penalty, but who said they would switch their votes because Brown had linked the issue with the Chessman case. Secretary of Labor James P. Mitchell announced yesterday he would delegate to the Justice Department responsibility for investigating various criminal violations of the 1959 Labor Management Reform Bill. He said he would do so on a case-by-case basis to avoid duplication of effort and expense. He said the Labor Department will investigate all civil violations and 5 areas of criminal noncompliance. Technical difficulties forestalled another attempt last night by scientists to launch a 100-foot inflatable sphere to an altitude of 250 miles. National Aeronautics and Space Administration have been attempting for the past week to launch the sphere by rocket from its Wallops Island, Virginia station. Adverse weather made the early launchings impossible. NASA didn't identify the technical difficulties, which it said prevented the attempted plan for dusk at 6:15 Eastern Time. Senate GOP policy chief Stiles Bridges said yesterday Democratic attacks on administration defense plans may make an angry President Eisenhower the best campaigner the Republicans ever had. The New Hampshire Republican and some other GOP leaders holding their counterfire on the defense issue to see what the president says in his Sunday night television radio address to the nation. Senate GOP leader Everett Dirksen of Illinois said in an interview he will make a Senate speech Monday defending the administration's program. Vice President Nixon wound up a 4-day swing around his home state yesterday that set a pattern of muted partisanship, which is likely to continue at least until the July 25th Republican convention, where he expects to be nominated for president. An underlying political purpose of this ostensibly unpolitical tour has been to invigorate a personal organization for eventual use in the presidential campaign. John F. Kennedy, the Democrat senator from Massachusetts, last night accused the Eisenhower administration of substituting pageants for policy in world affairs. The obvious reference to the president's trips abroad was made before 2,000 Democrats at a Jackson Jefferson fundraising dinner in Hartford, Connecticut. The record turnout so great that 2 hotels were used, and Kennedy, the chief speaker, shuttled between them. Down Tennessee way, Mrs. Monroe Maples of Knoxville called police yesterday when she saw a copperhead snake in the house. Officers ran in with tear gas. The Maples' pet dog ran out in tears. The snake, nobody knows, but officers now know that snakes don't have tear glands. Ineffective. Those some of the day's news stories, as reported in the newspapers of Sunday, February 21st, 1960. Coming up next, when Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues, we'll have Bob Bailey as yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
It begins where the robe left off. Demetrius and the Gladiators. The continuation of the greatest story of love and faith in the history of entertainment in CinemaScope. Starring Victor Mature, Susan Hayward, Michael Rennie, Deborah Paget, Anne Bancroft, and Jay Robinson. Demetrius and the Gladiators, the soul-searching drama of what happened to the robe and to Demetrius, who defied the word of God for the wanton smile and the willing arms of the temptress Messalina. Demetrius, who met the most awesome challenge of the human spirit on the blood-drenched sands of the Colosseum. CinemaScope takes you into the wild bacchanalian orgies when Rome was in all its might and magnificence, in all its decadence and desire. CinemaScope takes you into the arena, making you a part of the deadliest sport ever devised. Life and limb against sword and devouring beast. 20th Century Fox brings you the all-encompassing drama of what happened to the robe. See Demetrius and the Gladiators in CinemaScope.
We wrap up our look at this Sunday 66 years ago with an episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey and the Alvin's Alfred matter.
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny.
Yes? Hello?
George Reed, Floyd's of England.
Oh, what's the matter, George? You sound a bit down in the mouth.
I am.
What's up?
Well, Johnny, I understand you've handled quite a few investigations for the Continental Insurance and Trust Company.
Oh, brother, I sure have. And you know something, George?
Yes?
Floyd's of England, you that is, have handed me some pretty wild ones over the years.
I know.
But believe me, they've been nothing compared to some of the cases that Continental has handed me. And you know why, George?
Why, Johnny?
Because of just one client of theirs.
Well,
He's a wealthy old screwball by the name of Alvin Peabody Cartwright.
Cartwright?
Yeah, he carries a lot of insurance, millions of it. And any company that has his account is making plenty.
Yes,
But, brother, the fantastic problems that man comes up with. Why, it's enough to drive you off your rocker. I mean, I'm always the goat. Yeah, I handled one crazy investigation for him only 3 or 4 weeks ago.
So I understand.
They told Continental that if they sent somebody else around, he'd leave them flat.
Johnny...
Actually, I suppose I shouldn't complain. Some of the biggest fees I've ever got have come out of his pocket. And you know something?
Yes, Johnny?
In spite of all his wackiness and these silly problems he hands me, well, over the years, I've really gotten to love the old character. And I mean, aside from those fancy fees I mentioned.
Good,
I think I'd do almost anything, within reason, that is, if it were necessary to help out Alvin Peabody Cartwright.
Anything?
Sure, anything.
thank heaven for that.
But now you said you have troubles, George.
I have.
So I'm sorry I chewed your ear off about someone that Floyd's of England doesn't have to worry about, so...
Don't we, Johnny?
Huh? Well, of course not, because as long as he keeps his insurance with Continental... Unless... George.
Unless... What, Johnny?
Well, I mean, if he were to change companies for some... Oh, now, wait.
Yes?
George.
I'm still here.
Just who is your problem?
I'm afraid you've guessed it.
Oh, no.
Yes, Johnny. Alvin Peabody Cartwright.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Pepsi-Cola refreshes without filling. Why? Because it's truly light.
Charlie, you're forgetting something.
Wait, Kay, there's more. Yes, ice-cold Pepsi is the delicious refreshment that goes great at a picnic or a party.
But, Charlie...
And Pepsi goes fast. People like it, so keep plenty handy. There.
Oh, you did fine, except for one thing.
Well, I mentioned lightness and how Pepsi refreshes and how fast it goes.
You left out Pepsi sociability. You know the Be Sociable song.
But, Kay, I can't sing.
I can. Listen.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
Well, at least I can say this. Pick up an extra carton of Pepsi today.
Please do.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Alvin's Alfred matter. The assignments George Reed usually handed to me were usually bad enough. But a combination of both George and Alvin Peabody Cartwright could be just a little too thick. Anyhow, expense account item one, $1 for a cab to his office. Now look, George, don't tell me Cartwright has shifted all his insurance over here to Floyd's of England.
Sit down, Johnny, please.
Sure. Well?
Yes, he has.
Then, baby...
As a matter of fact, after months of effort and expense, I managed to sell him on our company myself.
Oh, brother.
But if you have any idea of the amount of his annual premiums, well, Johnny, it's a real feather in my cap.
But don't you realize what you've got yourself in for?
I'm afraid I'm beginning to. So, Johnny, if you can get him off my neck...
Cartwright? Twice in 1 month? Don't bank on it. But tell me all anyhow.
Well, it's really my own fault. So anxious to get his business. And if you know how much that man spends on premiums every year...
Yeah, you said that. Now get to the point.
And I suppose I should have been more thorough, but... Well, we figured that Continental had known what it was doing, and we simply made a direct transfer of all his policies to this company, including the one that concerns us now. Only it should never have been issued.
What kind of a policy?
Straight life.
On Cartwright?
No. With all the riders attached to it. Johnny, it not only covers her life, but accident and injury, mysterious disappearance, just about anything you can think of.
Covers whom? Well?
The name on the policy. Alfred.
Alfred?
Alfred Cartwright.
A relative?
No.
No. But if his last name
No,
is...
Johnny, according to this policy, Alfred is a ward of Alvin Peabody Cartwright.
That's funny. I never knew that Cartwright had a... Well, what's the difference? What's happened to this Alfred?
According to Mr. Cartwright, it was an abduction.
Oh, a kidnapping, huh?
No, not exactly.
Well, what do you mean? If he was abducted, that means he was... Wait a minute.
Yes?
A minute ago, you started talking about the insurance policy on her.
That's right.
And then you start talking about Alfred.
Alfred is a she.
Is a what? Now, what do you mean about an abduction of her, it not being a kidnapping?
Oh, I said not exactly.
But Alfred was abducted.
Yes.
Oh, look, would you start making some sense about this?
I wish I could. And if this sort of thing is typical of Cartwright...
Come on, George. If Alfred was abducted but wasn't kidnapped, well, okay, what happened?
Well, you see, Johnny, Alfred...
A female.
A female.
Well?
Alfred happens to be a dog.
Okay, so what's the difference? If she's been abducted, she's... A dog?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Are you smoking more now, but enjoying it less? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. Are you looking for flavor and mildness? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
Again, for the 11th straight year, Camel outsold every other cigarette, filter, king size, and regular. The best tobacco makes the best smoke. So if you're smoking more now but enjoying it less, change to Camels. Get more real satisfaction every time. Start to really enjoy smoking again.
Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
And now Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Alvin's Alfred matter.
George, life, accident, injury, mysterious disappearance, all that insurance on a dog?
Yes, Johnny.
A female dog?
Yes.
By the name of Alfred?
Yes.
A pet of that lovable old crackpot, Alvin Peabody Cartwright?
His ward, Johnny. At least that's the way it reads on the policy, and that's why we thought nothing of it when the policy was transferred to us from Continental Insurance and Trust.
Oh, brother.
But why Continental ever wrote such a policy in the beginning?
Oh, that part's easy, George.
But the premium's only a drop in the bucket. I mean, compared to that on the rest of Cartwright's insurance.
Now listen. If they'd refused to write this complicated policy on his dog, they'd have lost all his business.
Well, they have now to us.
And, Georgie, you can lose it just as fast unless you try to do something about this disappearance of that pooch.
Unless you do something about it, Johnny. You've got to find Alfred and return her to him. So will you drive on over to Lakewood and talk to Mr. Cartwright, see what you can do?
So help me, George.
And, Johnny, I promise we'll not question a single item on your expense account, no matter what it is.
Oh?
As for a nice big extra fee, well, you name it. Well, will you do it?
Okay, George, on one condition.
Yes?
That you keep this thing under your hat. I mean, after all, if the word ever got out that Johnny Dollar was chasing around the countryside looking for a dog napper...
Johnny, I promise. I cross my heart and hope to die. What a business.
With no limit on the expense account, I should have hired a Rolls, complete with liveried chauffeur. But instead, item 2 was $4.20 for a tank full of gas for my own car. Within the hour, I was pounding on the front door of the Cartwright home over in Lakewood. Hi, Mr. Cartwright.
No. I'm sorry, I'm far too upset to talk to anyone right now. So goodbye.
No, wait a minute. Hey!
Yes. Why, Johnny?
That's right.
Well, why didn't you say so? Come in, boy, come in.
Sure. Well, sir, how are you?
Yes, come in and commiserate with me in my hour of bereavement. How anybody could be so wicked as to take Alfred, my pride and joy, away from me. But somebody did. And, Johnny, you must find her and must bring the culprit to justice. Spare no effort, spare no expense, but come on, Johnny.
Well, have you any idea, Mr. Cartwright, who might have walked off with the pooch?
Pooch? Oh, Johnny, how can you use such a term? Alfred was almost like a child to me. Dear little thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But you haven't answered my question.
Do I know who committed this dastardly deed?
Yes.
Of course I do.
Oh, sir.
Come along, Johnny. I'll show you Alfred's picture so you'll know her when you see her.
All right. But now, why send for me, Mr. Cartwright?
What?
Well, I mean, if you know who did this.
I certainly do. And, Johnny, he must be made to pay the penalty for this nefarious deed. Now look. Here's dear little Alfred's room.
Huh?
Well, do you like it? Isn't it nice?
I could hardly believe my eyes. It was more like the playroom for some much too wealthy child. Why, he must have spent thousands on it. On the soft, thick, wall-to-wall carpeting, all the furnishings, including a bed in the corner with a foam rubber mattress. There was a growing tree in the middle of the floor and a half-dozen miniature fire plugs scattered about. There were rubber bones and balls and toys of all sorts and sizes Toys. In addition to everything a dog could possibly play with, there was a big table with a scale model electric train, an erector set, a microscope, a lot of other science toys, including a working model of a... Huh?
Isn't it nice, Johnny?
Oh, no. Look, Mr. Cartwright.
Yes?
Don't tell me the dog played with these things.
What thing?
Well, this toy seismograph.
Toy? What are you talking about? That really works. See? You see how the recording needle gave a jump on the roll of tape on it? It runs for a week. Keeps perfect time.
Oh, well, sure. So the dog could tell when there's been an earthquake somewhere, is that it?
Well, no. But I may as well admit, Johnny, that some of these things are mine.
Yours?
Yes. When I was a child, the only toys I had were the ones my poor mother could make with her own hands. And I always said that if I ever had the money, I'd make up for it. That I'd have all the things I couldn't have then. So maybe I'm just a silly old man, second childhood, that sort of thing. But I said I'd have them, and now I have.
I see.
Did you ever have a nice electric train when you were a youngster?
Well, no. My folks couldn't afford it.
Yes, but I bet you wanted one, didn't you?
Oh, sure I did. Doesn't every...
Yes, and after you'd grown up, I bet you spent as much time looking at them in the store windows as any kid. All the time wishing you dared to buy one. Just to have it. You think it's all a joke, Johnny?
Joke, Mr. Cartwright?
About the man who buys his son a train for Christmas and then, plays with it all Christmas morning?
Yeah. Maybe you got a point there.
Of course I have. And that's the trouble with growing up. People get so proud or stuffy or something that they won't unbend. They won't let their hair down and enjoy some of the simple little things that they'd really like to do. They're so afraid that somebody might laugh at them.
I'm not laughing, Mr. Cartwright.
And that's why I like you, Johnny, because you've sense enough to realize that, maybe an eccentric old character like me isn't so eccentric after all. That he's just become smart enough to get rid of a lot of nonsensical inhibition.
Yeah, you have got a point there.
Well, maybe you can understand why this same old man is so upset about losing a wonderful companion, his dog. She was such a dear. I looked all over before I found her and bought her and brought her here.
Her, Mr. Cartwright?
That's right.
Then why did you name her Alfred?
Well, to be honest about it, Johnny, I'd really hoped for a boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, you say you know who dog-napped her?
Clarence.
Clarence?
Clarence Brixton. A stupid day servant I fired yesterday. He was the only one that could have done it. Who would have done it?
When did this happen?
Last night, between 7 and 8. I'd gone over to visit the widow Parkins.
Oh, a bit of romance in your life, Mr. Cartwright?
Oh, Johnny, how can you say it? Well, she is very nice. There was nobody here but little Alfred. I'd even locked her in.
Oh, what about the house? Was it locked?
Of course it was. But Clarence still had his key to it. And if you know this house, Johnny, and nobody could have broken in.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
Besides, there was no sign of anybody trying to. There was no footprints outside. There was no ladder marks. There was nothing. Even the stupid local police agree that Clarence must have done it.
Then why haven't they nabbed him?
Because they believe his alibi. From that character, that wife of his. They live the other side of town, and she swears he was at home when it happened.
And you're sure that only he had a key to this house?
That's right, outside of my own. So he must have done it. Only the dumb police won't do anything because of his so-called alibi.
Uh-huh. And we got to break that alibi.
That's right. But how? How, Johnny?
Well, I got a crazy idea.
Huh? Well, I thought I was the only one who got
Just,
crazy.
let me take a real close look at one of these toys in here.
One of these toys?
Yeah, that's right. It's a long chance, Mr. Cartwright. But let's see what happens.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Welcome, recording star Mel Torme.
It's terrible trying to sing with a bad cold. So I always take 4-way cold tablets to relieve cold miseries fast.
Good idea. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When you catch cold, try my way. Take 4-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
Now here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Had dandruff for years? Now get rid of it in 3 minutes with Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair. Rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch. Embarrassing dandruff's gone. Fitch can also leave hair up to 35% brighter. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I got back into my car and drove to the address of Clarence Brixton. I hoped he was as stupid as Cartwright seemed to think.
Yeah, mister.
Mrs. Brixton,
That's right.
I want to see your husband.
No, who are you?
Johnny Dollar, special investigator.
No, get him out of here, Mabel. Throw him out.
What are you so worried about, Brixton?
First there was those dumb cops that crazy old geezer sends around here. Now it's you. Well, me, I'm full up to hear all this yakking about me taking that mangy little hound of his and that snapping, yipping little female.
That's what she done to my Clarence. Them sharp teeth of hers. You show 'em your hand, Clarence.
Yeah, forget it, Mabel, and shut up.
You get these marks when you were hauling Alfred out of that playroom against her will?
Huh? Now listen.
A little dog, you said.
Oh, not much bigger than Clarence's hand. Pies in his little...
Oh, then you've seen it, Mrs. Brixton.
Well, no. Now, Clarence told me about it.
Yeah, sure, I told her.
Ah, I see.
Well, what do you see?
And I hope it means the dog is still alive. After all, if you took the trouble to bring it here.
Well, what are you talking about? You trying to say I stole the dog off of him? So maybe nobody did, wise guy.
What do you mean by that?
Ask me, that lousy pooch got out of there on her own free will, just to get away from that crazy Cartwright like anybody in her right mind.
Ah, out of a locked room in a locked house?
Sure. Cartwright always left the window open so she could sleep good. He left so the dog took off somewhere.
A little dog jumped out of a third-story window? Why, would have killed or crippled her.
All right, so then he was wrong about when it happened.
While he was out, he said.
And he was out between 7 and 8 p.m. last night.
And that's when somebody chased Alfred around until he caught her, then took her away.
Prove it.
Yeah, some big, clumsy ox like yourself, Clarence, who had a key, who knew the place, knew he'd better leave the place looking undisturbed before getting away. But he didn't.
Yeah?
Here. Take a look at this.
What's that, huh?
From a working model seismograph there in that playroom.
What?
You see, Clarence? Every clumsy footstep of yours registered in black and white for some 5 or 6 minutes during a period between 7 and 8 o'clock.
Oh, don't look like his feet to me.
But I didn't touch that thing.
You didn't need to.
You mean them squiggles on the paper, my footsteps?
What do you think? Now, what do you think of modern scientific investigation, Clarence?
Scientifical, huh? Gee.
But listen, mister, please, it was only so Clarence could make like he found the dog and then take him back and then maybe get his job back.
Yeah, could have worked too, only...
Only what, Clarence?
Some local cops They was a pushover. But then you had to come along. All right, Dollar.
Well?
Dollar, I give myself up.
Oh, sure. Modern scientific investigation. But he fell for it. And Mabel brought the dog up from the cellar, and she was kind of a mangy little pooch. The dog, I mean. But she meant the difference between keeping or losing Cartwright's insurance account. Which reminds me, you can forget the expense account. Cartwright did well by me, as usual. And he'll probably break down and take Clarence back. Oh, well. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say. A laxative should be effective, gentle, as close to natural acting as possible, and a medicine that can be used with complete confidence. Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is gentle. Next morning, it gives you the closest thing to natural action. And that's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Is X-Lax in your medicine cabinet?
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's program.
Well, first, a real hearty welcome to WATV in Birmingham, Alabama, and to KSOB in Cedar City, Utah. Glad to have you with us on the network. Next week, I run up the biggest, the fattest expense account you ever heard of. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, G. Stanley Jones, Howard McNear, and Frank Gerstle. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
Maybe we should call this the Howard McNear Hour. Another Howard McNear guest spot role on yours truly, Johnny Dollar, as it was broadcast Sunday, February 29, 1960, 66 years ago today, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Okay, let's look at the week ahead, shall we? Coming up on Sunday, we'll have the great Gildersleeve, Selling the Drugstore from 1942. Father Knows Best, starring Robert Young, Always Tell the Truth. George Burns and Gracie Allen as George Goes to the Races. And Jack Benny. And this is going to be a fun one because the Beverly Hills Beavers are going to do a spoof of the show. On Monday, we'll have Dragnet, The New Adventures of Nero Wolfe, Lights Out, and Quiet Please. On Tuesday, we'll have comedy. Fibber and Molly star in a Lux Radio Theater production, The Whole Town is Talking, the Murdered Meatball episode of The Danny Kaye Show from 1945, and we'll hear the conclusion of the satirical Space Merchants from 1957 on the CBS Radio Workshop. Comedy on Wednesday with Father Knows Best, Fibber and Molly, The Aldrich Family, and Amos and Andy. On Thursday, we'll have Calling All Cars, Mr. President, The Adventures of Frank Merriwell, and Casey Press Photographer from 1944. Then on Friday, we'll have Lum and Abner from 1949, Jack Benny from 1955, The Aldrich Family from 1940, and X-1, Al Jazzbo Collins, a real jazz DJ. The show's entitled Real Gone, an episode of X-1. Week from today, we will have two Westerns, Have Gun Will Travel from 1960, Gunsmoke from 1953, and we'll have the Lux Radio Theater production of Guadalcanal Diary from 1943, World War II drama. That's all coming up a week from today, and that's your week ahead here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Anytime online to support the podcast at classicradio.stream. Coming up next, Jimmy Stewart, the Six-Shooter.
In a secret underground laboratory in the year 2173, a team of highly skilled scientists is huddled around a coffin-shaped cylinder containing what appears to be a human form. As they slowly, carefully peel back the protective aluminum foil, the figure begins to show signs of life. The head is moving. The eyes are open. The entire face is now visible. It's Woody Allen.
I'm a clarinet player in 1973. I go into the hospital for a lousy operation. I wake up 200 years later and I'm Flash Gordon.
Woody Allen and Diane Keaton in Sleeper, a love story about two people who hate each other 200 years in the future. Sleeper from United Artists, rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
NBC tried all sorts of Hail Marys to keep classic radio alive. They did The Big Show and lost well over $1 million over 2 years producing that big budget extravaganza. They also did this show, Jimmy Stewart as the Six-Shooter, the last attempt for a big star in weekly episodic drama. This episode goes back 72 years, February 21st, 1954, the Battle at Tower Rock.
The man in the saddle is angular and long-legged. His skin is sun-dyed brown. The gun in his holster is gray steel and rainbow mother of pearl. Its handle, unmarked. People call them both the Six-Shooter. James Stewart as the Six-Shooter, a transcribed series of radio dramas based on the life of Britt, the Texas plainsman who wandered through the western territories, leaving behind a trail of still-remembered legends.
Tower Rock sure was spruced up. Flags on almost every building, the big banners stretched all the way across Main Street, all the way from the roof of the hotel to the top of the Wickford Bank. Franklin County Fair, that's what it said. Prizes, rodeo, free barbecue, Saturday, August 20th, come one, come all. Well, tomorrow would be the 20th. I'd come to town a day earlier and be sure of getting a room. Good thing I did, too. Only one left was on the second floor. The livery stable side of the hotel at that. I put my clean shirt in the dresser drawer and headed downstairs. The clock in the lobby said 3:15. Well, that meant I had time to sort of give Tower Rock the once-over before supper. Thought maybe I'd wander over and see how Kermit and Rome were getting along. But just as I was crossing the street, I saw Rome come out of the front door. Rome! Hey! Hey, Rome!
Huh? Oh, Britt! Well, finally decided to put in an appearance, huh? How are you?
I'm fine, Rome. Fine. I was just on my way over to see you.
You're not running short of cash, are you, Britt?
No. No, this is going to be a social call. Not that I'm flush or anything like that.
Come into town for the fair,
huh? Yeah. I haven't been to one since I don't know when. I figured Dad Morgan's cattle would do without me for a few days, so... Well, how are things to you, Rome?
Oh, so.
Bessie, is she all right?
Oh, pretty well.
Kermit and Thelma?
I guess they're all right.
You guess? Oh.
I ain't inquired lately. Well, I better get moving. I told Bessie I'd pick her up at the schoolhouse. She's on the decorating committee. I'll see you later, Britt.
Yeah, I'll see you.
couldn't figure out what was the matter with Rome. Well, he froze up when I mentioned Kermit. Why, they'd always been more like kin than in-laws. Folks said it sure was lucky for the Wickford girls to marry two fellows who got along so well, especially after Jess Wickford died and left the bank to both his daughters 50-50. He left Kermit and Rome had turned into first-class bankers, too. The Wickford Bank probably is worth about twice as much now than it was when Jess had run it.
Well, hello, Britt. Where'd you come from?
Oh, Kermit. Oh, I was just thinking about you.
About me?
Yeah, well, I ran into Rome a minute ago.
I suppose he was shooting off his mouth again.
What? Well, no.
Well, just don't believe everything you hear, Britt. There's two sides to every story. Remember that.
Sure, Kermit.
Well, I got to be running along. Thelma's at the schoolhouse waiting for me to fetch her home.
Well, you could have saved yourself a trip.
Huh?
Well, that's where Rome was heading to get Bessie. He could have picked her up, Thelma, at the same time.
Well, you don't think they'd ride in the same buggy, do you?
Huh?
Well, I'll probably see you at the fair tomorrow. So long.
Yeah, sure. So long. Well, there just wasn't any doubt about it. There's something that happened between the Binghams and the Madden, that's all. There must have been something pretty serious, too, the way Kermit and Rome had been acting. And knowing Thelma and Bessie like I did, oh, boy, I sure was glad I wasn't involved in that. They were real firm women, Thelma and Bessie. Always had been, ever since they were girls. I couldn't help wondering just what had set them off. Not that it was any of my business, of course, but Otis Spear did know. Being the Justice of the Peace and the local undertaker, he knew almost everything that went on in Foster County.
You ain't never seen nothing like it, Britt, the way they've been behaving. Why, they even spoke to each other for the past 2 months.
You don't say.
Take turns going to church. One Sunday the Binghams attend services, next Sunday the Maddens, just so Thelma and Bessie won't meet up.
Well, that's the darn... I can't believe it.
Well, that ain't the half, Britt, not the half. You remember the Social 16? You know them couples who always got together and played whist on Friday nights?
Yeah?
Well, it ain't the Social 16 no more. The Binghams pulled out, and the McDaniels and Johnsons and the Potters, they left at the same time. We got 2 social eats now.
You mean this foolishness has gone beyond Thelma and Bessie? Other folks are taking sides, too?
Well, see, they are. The whole town is split right down the middle.
Well, I never heard of such a thing. Well, how did it start, anyway?
Well, last May, that was the beginning. Thelma's birthday is the first week in May. Her sister Bessie, just a year younger, almost to the day. Her birthday's the 10th or 11th, right in there somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Well, seems Kermit bought his wife a new surrey for a birthday present, had it shipped all the way out from Kansas City. Thelma sure was proud, too. Well, you can't blame her. It was just about the nicest carriage this town had ever seen. The nicest until it came time for Rome to give Bessie her present the following week.
You don't mean he bought Bessie a surrey, too?
Yeah, that's what he did. Well, yeah, even fancier than the one Kermit gave to Thelma. Yep, a whole lot fancier. Red leather seats with real springs in them, a white top, and painted white wheels. Of course, Rome said it was just a coincidence that he'd ordered Bessie surrey long before he found out that's what Kermit was giving to Thelma.
Well, and it sounds reasonable, too. He could have done
Yeah,
that.
some folks think so, and some don't. Kermit and Thelma claimed it was just plain spite work. The Rome and Bessie had always been jealous of them. Anyhow, that surrey business just seemed to set everybody off, especially the women. Oh, being sisters, I guess they'd had their grievances before, but they'd always held them back. Now they just let fly in all directions. Why, Thelma's even going to...
Huh? What were you going to say, Otis?
Oh, nothing, Britt, nothing. Say, you're going to stay for the fair, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, sure. That's why I'm here.
Uh-huh. Well, I was thinking, maybe you wouldn't mind helping me out.
Oh? What?
You see, I'm general chairman of the whole doings, and I got almost everything set, excepting some of the judging.
Oh, well, I'm not much of an authority, but I guess I can tell a cow from a horse.
Oh, no. We're all fixed up in that department, but the baked goods and preserves and pickles, well, I just haven't been able to find the right person to hand out the blue ribbons there.
Oh, well, I don't know anything about cooking, Otis.
Well, you know about tasting, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what you got to do, Britt. Sample whatever they put in front of you and say which one tastes the best.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
I'll tell you what, I'll just put you down for preserves. I'll get somebody else to take over the rest of the stuff.
No, but...
Well, I got a meeting in the barbecue committee over at the general store.
Yeah, but...
you'll be at the schoolhouse 9 o'clock in the morning. That's when the judge is supposed to start.
But where... Otis, what... Where's the idea of me giving out blue ribbons for preserves? I couldn't tell peach from grape if it wasn't for the color. Well, Oh, there wasn't any sense in me standing here in the funeral parlor worrying about us. So I went back to the hotel to fix up for supper. Yeah? Who is it?
Bessie Madden, Britt.
Well, just a second. Well, won't you come in, Bessie?
Why, thanks.
Hey. Well, you're looking well.
Oh, so are you, Britt, so are you. My goodness, I don't think I've ever seen you look better.
No, now, Bessie.
Well, now, what I come by for was to pick you up and take you over to our house for supper. You don't have no other plans, do you?
No, I was just going to eat here at the hotel.
Oh, you don't think we'd let you eat at the hotel, Britt? Why, you're one of our closest friends, always have been.
Well,
I don't know why Rome didn't invite you when you met up this afternoon. Guess he just took it for granted that you'd know I'd be expecting you. We're having fried chicken, hot biscuits, some of my strawberry preserves. Oh, you do like chicken, don't you, Britt?
Oh, sure.
Well, what are we waiting for? I've got my surrey outside, and I'd be glad...
Well, excuse me, Bessie.
Of course, Britt, of course.
Britt! Well, I just heard that you were in Tower Rock, and I wanted to tell you Kermit and I are expecting you for supper. Now, I won't take no for nothing. Oh, I thought you were alone. Didn't mean to interrupt anything.
You're a little late, Thelma. Britt's having supper with Rome and me.
Might have expected you'd pull a stunt like this, Bessie Madden. Trying to bribe him, huh?
Bribe ladies.
And I suppose you didn't ask him to supper yourself? This is one time you can't lie out of it, Thelma. I heard you with my own voice.
There's no reason I shouldn't ask him. Britt's a friend of mine.
A friend of yours? But you've never put yourself out for him before, not once in your whole life.
Bessie.
And since when were you so interested in his welfare?
Thelma.
The minute you found out he was going to be judging the preserves tomorrow, that's when.
Preserves?
As if I had any cause to try and influence him. My strawberry preserves have won first prize at every county fair for the last 10 years.
Yes, but I've never entered against you before. I let you win. But this time it's going to be different.
You're just making a fool of yourself, Thelma. You couldn't cook up a strawberry preserve if your life depended on it. Huh?
I've got Mama's recipe, too, and don't you forget it.
Now, hold on. Just hold on here now. Now, I want to get this straight. Now, both of you have entered your strawberry preserves in the fair tomorrow.
I've entered my preserves. I can't speak for her.
No, mine'll be there, too. Don't you worry about that.
And I'm supposed to judge between them. Is that it?
Otis Spears said you'd agreed to do it.
That's right.
Well, Britt?
Just wait till I get my hands on Otis Spears.
Now, Act 2 of The Six Shooter, starring James Stewart as Britt Ponset.
Well, I told Thelma and Bessie that I couldn't have supper with either one of them. Matter of fact, I kind of plain lost my appetite, I guess. It did take me a while to get rid of them, though. Both of them kept lagging behind, wanting to get the last word in. But finally they went home. Well, Otis Spears wasn't at the funeral parlor, so I went over to Widow Berkeley's boarding house where he lived and waited for him. It was after 9 o'clock before he showed up. Miss Berkeley had already gone to bed, and I heard the front door open, and I saw him head for the hall steps. Just hold on, Otis.
Huh? Oh, Britt. Well, what are you doing here?
I just wanted you to know that I won't be judging any preserves tomorrow.
What?
You heard me, Otis.
But Britt, you promised you'd do it.
I didn't promise any such kind of a thing. And I don't appreciate your trying to get me in the middle of this feud between Thelma Bingham and Bessie Madden either.
Oh, you found out, huh?
I sure did. Well, they were over to see me, both of them. Oh, I never heard such a hen squabble in my whole life.
Well, I told you this thing between them was serious.
Well, there were a few things you didn't tell me, like the fact that they're both entering strawberry preserves at the doings tomorrow.
Well, now, Britt, you don't understand it.
I understand, all right. You didn't want to tackle the job of judging those preserves yourself, so you shifted on me. I understand, all right.
I couldn't judge them, Britt. Don't you see? Whichever way I was to choose, I'd make enemies of half the folks in town. My burying business would drop off 50%.
Now, Otis.
Yeah, but you're an impartial judge, Britt. You ain't taking no sides on this fracas yet.
And what's more, I don't intend to, either.
Well, course, that's the way you feel. If you want Thelma and Bessie to go on feuding, and you won't do nothing to stop it.
Well, I sure don't see how my judging their preserves would have anything to do with ending their fight.
It's this way, Britt. You're the six-shooter. Everybody in Tower Rock likes you and respects you, and they all know you ain't got no axe to grind in this affair, so whatever decision you handed down, they'd have to accept it. Both Thelma and Bessie.
Oh, maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't.
Oh, they would, all right. Now, what I'm getting at is this, Britt. Folks have forgotten about the two Surreys by now. The argument's going way past that. And these here preserves have just about become the crux of the matter. You see, Bessie's always been known for making the best strawberry preserves in the whole county. They're her chief claim to fame, you might say. Why, she's even took blue ribbons at the state fair.
Oh, that's all.
And nobody's even thought of entering against her, not for years and years.
Not until this year.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Now, if Thelma's preserve should be judged better than Bessie's, well, that'll mean Thelma's beat her on her own ground. Bessie wouldn't have a leg to stand on. She'd just have to admit that Thelma won out, and, well, that might settle the trouble between them.
You think that'd be best, Otis, for Thelma's preserves to win?
Well, not necessarily. You see, if Bessie should take the blue ribbon again, well, that'll sort of show everybody that she's still top dog. In the preserve line, anyway. And folks who've been supporting Thelma might swing over to Bessie's side. And that might settle everything, too.
Mm-hmm. The way you've got it figured out, it wouldn't matter who wins. Either way, the fight would be over, is that right?
That's right. That's it, exactly.
Well...
Of course, it's possible that Thelma's taking first prize might just make Bessie madder than ever and sort of add fuel to the fire. And it's possible that if Bessie was to win again, well, vice versa.
Vice versa, yeah. I'd say it's more than possible. I'd say it's likely.
Oh, now, Britt, you mustn't look on the dark side. I'm absolutely certain that if you make the right decision tomorrow, you'll end this whole thing once and for all. Thelma and Bessie will go back to being fond of each other, and Tower Rock can have a little peace and quiet for change.
I see. And just what is the right decision, Otis?
What? That's easy, Britt.
It is,
Well, sure. All you have to do is give the blue ribbon to whichever one made the best tasting preserves. You don't think we're running a crooked county fair, do you?
Well, sir, I never saw a fellow like Otis Spears. He could talk circles around a Philadelphia lawyer. Well, finally, I saw that if I was going to get any sleep at all that night, I'd just have to give in. But I made up my mind to one thing. I wasn't going to have Thelma or Bessie turning on me, either one of them. I was going to say that their preserves tasted exactly the same and call it a tie. And that way there wouldn't be any harm done, and I'd be leaving things just the way I found them. Of course, I didn't tell Otis what I was planning to do or anything. I just promised that I'd meet him at the schoolhouse in the morning.
Good. I knew you'd come around, Britt. When you saw how much I needed you, I knew you couldn't let me down.
Well, Otis...
I'll walk you to the door.
Never mind. I'm on my way out. Night.
Night, Britt. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, say...
Uh-huh.
There was one thing I forgot to tell you. It sort of slipped my mind.
Oh, what's that?
Well, in case you have any trouble deciding as to whose preserves are the best, well, there couldn't be a tie.
There couldn't be. Why not?
Oh, you could call it a tie, but that would still mean that Thelma had won.
How's that?
But don't you see, Britt? If Thelma's strawberry preserves are just as good as Bessie's, well, folks would think that Thelma had been letting her sister win all these years by not contesting with her before. No, a tie would be the same as giving the prize to Thelma. You do see that, don't you?
Yes. Sure. Oh, well, so long.
So long, Britt. And may the best woman win.
Britt. Britt.
Oh, hello, Kermit. You're up pretty late, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been looking for you.
For me? Oh.
Yeah, well, Britt, I think this quarrel between Thelma and Bessie and between Rome and me and all the rest of it, well, I think it's gone entirely too far.
You do? Well, I'm glad to hear you say so.
But if Bessie and Rome won't come to their senses, well, they've just got to be taught a lesson.
Maybe Thelma's right. Maybe the fair tomorrow is the place to do it.
What?
Well, at least everybody will be there to see Bessie when she gets her comeuppance. That is, if Thelma's strawberry preserves win. Well, what I'm getting at is this. Now, Thelma's just got to win, Britt. If she don't, my life will just be miserable. And Thelma's got a real knack for making me miserable.
Hello, Britt.
Hello, Rome.
Hope you don't mind my waiting here in your room, but I just had to see you. Bessie sent me.
Well, it was the same thing over again from Rome, except that he was a little more forceful than Kermit. After he'd gone, I tried to get some sleep, but all night long, I just kept dreaming about strawberry preserves. Jars and jars of strawberry preserves. Anyway, I finally woke up. It was after 7 o'clock, nearly 3 hours after my usual getting up time. And somehow I didn't feel very rested either. I got dressed and I stopped off at Gravy Gibson's Cafe for some breakfast. Not that I could eat very much. Then I started off in the direction of the schoolhouse, and the judging was already underway when I got there.
And second prize goes to Mrs. Hal Spidle for her devil's food cake. Honorable mention to Mrs. Johnny Seals for her chocolate lair. Honorable mention to Miss Addie Simpson for her sponge. Now, let's see, the next item is, yes, preserve. I don't see, oh, there he is. All right, right up here, Britt. Right up here. There he is.
Excuse me, beg your pardon. Yeah.
Well, folks, I guess you all know Britt Ponsick. Well, Britt has been kind enough to volunteer his services in judging the preserve. Now, let's see, I believe there are, only 2 entries. Well, yeah, that's right, 2. Both strawberry. Yeah, quite a coincidence. Yes. Well, the first entry is submitted by Mrs. Bessie Madden. Bessie Madden. And the second entry comes from Mrs. Thelma Bingham. Yes, sister. Now, I'll just unscrew the caps on these jars. Hey, goodness gracious. Miss Madden doesn't know her own... there we are. You can just use a spoon there on the table, Britt. It's clean. All right, if you're ready. Here's the first jar. Mrs. Bessie Madden.
Thanks, Otis.
Britt, be careful.
Oh, golly, I don't know how that happened, Otis. I thought I had a good, firm grip on it. I sure am sorry.
I'll bet you will. Well, folks, seems we had a little accident up here. Mrs. Madden's preserves are kind of divided between the floor and Britt's trousers. I just don't know what we can do under the circumstances. Looks like, we'll have to rule that there's only one entry available for tasting.
You just rule no such thing, Otis Spears. I've got another jar of my preserves right out in the hall.
Oh, another jar?
Bring them along, figuring there might be a slip-up somewhere. I'll be right back.
Well, that was sure far-sighted of Bessie, wasn't it, folks? Well, while we're waiting, Britt can go ahead and taste Mrs. Bingham's jar. Here you are, Britt. I'll hold it for you. Just spoon right in.
Well,
Here now. And I'd appreciate it if you'd see that nothing happens to this one, Otis.
Don't worry, Bessie. Don't you worry. There. That one come off a little easier. All right, Britt. These are Mrs. Madden's. Go right ahead.
Uh-huh.
Well, you had enough?
Yeah. I've had enough.
All right, folks, all right. Quiet down, quiet down. Britt Ponsett is ready to announce his decision.
Well, it's my opinion that I want to be sure of one thing first. Now, I understand that my job is to say whose preserves taste the best. Is that right? I'm supposed to pick the best tasting strawberry preserves in the whole county. Is that right, Otis?
That's right, Britt. That's right.
Yeah. All right, then. Now, these preserves of Mrs. Madden's, they're very good. Now, you might say they're excellent. But I've had better. Now, there's no doubt about it. I've tasted better. And right here this morning, too. Right here in Tower Rock. Now, Mrs. Bingham's preserves here. Now, they're good. No, they're more than good. They're excellent, too. But they're not the best. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to me, the best tasting strawberry preserves in Foster County are the ones I ate this morning at Gravy Gibson's lunchroom. No, I'm awarding the blue ribbon to Gravy Gibson. You see that he gets it, will you, Otis?
Wait, you can't do this, Britt. Gravy Gibson wasn't even entered.
No, you told me you wanted me to pick the best tasting preserves in the county, and that's what I've done.
Why, the very idea, comparing our preserves to the kind of thing Gravy Gibson serves us.
It's an outrage. I've never been so insulted in all my whole life.
Now, you see here, Britt Ponsett. If you think you can get away with this...
Why, for 10 years, Bessie's preserves have been winning blue ribbons.
And Thelma used the same recipe I did, our mother's recipe, and nobody's ever had a finer recipe for strawberry preserves than Minnie Whitford.
That's right.
Now, just a minute.
Don't you just a minute us.
No, sir. Why, half the time you can't even eat Gravy Gibson's food.
Why, everybody knows that.
Of course. Well, this is the last county fair I'm ever going to enter Otis Spears.
And that goes for me, too. Bessie, come on, let's get out of here.
The sooner, the better.
Well, don't just stand there, Kermit. Can't you see we're leaving?
Yes, dear, yes.
No? Come on.
Yes, Bessie. Why, did you see that, Britt? They went off together. All four of them. Together.
Yeah. That's how it looked, all right.
Oh, if that don't beat the Dutch. You got them so mad at you, they all went off together. I might have known you was up to something.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Otis. I was just giving my considered opinion about strawberry preserves. The funny thing about it was it's true what I said. The preserves I'd had in my breakfast toast over at Gravy Gibson's did taste better than Thelma's or Bessie's. Of course, the fact of the matter was, I really couldn't taste their preserves at all. I just burned the daylights out of my tongue drinking Gravy's coffee. Oh, couldn't taste a thing afterwards. Boy, that was miserable coffee if I ever... The Gravy sure is a terrible cook.
"72 years ago, February 21st, 1954, The Six-Shooter on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Coming up next, we'll go to 1953. Air from What's Going On? Marshall Matt Dillon and Gunsmoke.
Now, from the year's #1 bestseller by Eric Siegel, comes Love Story. Paramount Pictures presents Ali McGraw, Ryan O'Neal in Love Story. love story. In color, rated GP, all ages, parental guidance.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we go back 73 years. February 21st, 1953, Marshal Matt Dillon, portrayed by William Conrad, in Gunsmoke.
Around Dodge City and in the territory on west, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad. The story of the violence that moved west with young America. The story of a man who moved with it. Matt Dillon, United States Marshal.
Chester and I had left Dodge about 9 that morning. It was a good day, clear with a snap in the air. The horses felt it too, and they wanted to move fast. Not in the lope that we were holding them to. Chester took a couple of deep breaths and liked what he smelled.
It surely is a fine day, Mr. Dillon. A fine day.
I had some government papers to take over to Bill Holton at the post office in Pierceville, a place about 40 miles west of Dodge. Chester and I figured we'd stop overnight and ride back the next day. We followed the trail along the Arkansas and stayed with it as it left the river at Cimarron and cut across the prairie.
Looks like a big wagon train up ahead there at the crossing, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah, sure looks like it, Chester. Chester was right. The dust cloud we'd seen became 30 and more wagons taking the Cimarron crossing. It was a shortcut of the Santa Fe Trail leading on southwest toward Raton Pass. We passed them and our trail swung back to the Arkansas again. We rested, watered the horses a couple of times, and by afternoon we could see the warehouse, the store, and the post office, and a few of the other buildings of the town. It wasn't a big place, Pierceville. Maybe 50 people regular living there.
Funny.
Oh?
I don't know. It looks peculiar.
Yeah?
I just don't rightly know, sir. Just funny. It's peculiar.
You mean nobody around?
Yes, sir, that's what I was thinking.
And that's what I thought.
Mr. Dillon, what do you figure them horses are doing down there? It ain't right they should wander around like that without it. Mr. Dillon, they got their saddles on, too.
The horses were down the street, and as they heard us, their heads jerked up and they wheeled about and trotted off away and around out of sight. And we stopped. We listened. There was nothing to hear. An empty place, nothing to see. But there was a feeling in the town. You couldn't figure what. We walked the horses over to Bill Holton's post office.
You think maybe everybody in town is sick, Mr. Dillon?
No.
Or maybe dead? No, couldn't be that. There's no crows nor buzzards.
Bill! Hey, Bill!
Mr. Dillon, look yonder. The safe's open.
What? What? He wouldn't leave the place like this. Come on, Chester.
Sure is a funny thing, Mr. Dillon. I swear it gives me the willy-was. I never seen anything like it. Not a living soul in
Hold
the
it,
whole...
Chester.
Did you hear something?
I'm not sure. Just wait a minute. Thought I heard a kid crying.
I didn't.
Hey! Is there anybody around?
Maybe we ought to try the store, Mr. Dillon, huh?
Yeah. All right, keep your eyes open, Chester.
Yes, sir.
We'll take a look in the saloon first. The saloon was about 200 feet back up toward the end of town. But we didn't get that far. They stepped out behind us as we passed the livery stable, and we never had a chance to draw.
Get your hands up. High. Now hold them there.
We did, and I felt my guns lifted away. And then we got a look at what had crawled into Pierceville. There were 3 of them, and they were killers. Man gets to know the look in the eye of a killer. If you're lucky, you see it in time. Now, we weren't lucky that day.
It's the law, Brill. Yeah. Where you from, mister?
Dodge.
Dodge? Hey, that's Dillon.
No.
It sure is.
You Dillon? Marshal Dillon from Dodge?
Yeah.
Okay. You dirty... Shut up there!
You want to try that again?
We will. Don't fret yourself about that, Dillon. Move in. Taking the warehouse, Brill? Yeah.
Be a sight better to get rid of him, if you ask me.
I don't think so. Not right now. You might be able to help. I've always wanted a U.S. Marshal to help me. Listen, Will. You take away his gun, you watch him. He'll be on his belly begging to help.
They took us to the warehouse, and we found out what had happened to the folks who lived in Pierceville. They were all in there. The kids, the 6-month-old baby, the women, and the men. Inside, there were 6 more hard-faced men leaning against the wall near the door, their guns held lazily in their hands. They'd taken over the whole town, and for some reason, they were holding it.
Shut up! Every one of you! Shut up!
Lady, told you to keep that kid quiet. You want me to do it for you? Mr. Dillon,
Be
do you
quiet,
know what
Chester.
Yes, sir.
Now, asking you again. Which one of you shot my kid brother? You hear what I'm saying? Which one? All right. Maybe you know this fellow just walked in here with his pal. He's a U.S. Marshal out of Dodge. His name is Dillon. I'm going to make him accountable for what you make up to do. When a man does a killing, he's accountable. Ain't that so, Marshal?
That's so?
Okay. One of these folks killed my kid brother. And unless he talks up, there's going to be a lot of killing around here. You get that? Now, you talk to him, Dillon. You explain the law. I'm a fair man. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Don't nobody try nothing. because we'll be right outside. Don't try nothing.
Chester, there's Bill Holton over there. Come on.
You may help us, Marshal. Please,
Marshal, please.
Hi, Matt.
How are you, Bill?
Could be worse, I guess.
Mr. Holton, your face. What'd they do to you?
Oh, I was the first one they worked on.
Will you tell us what's happened, Bill?
Well, they rode in early this morning. Whole outfit. I figured them for trouble when I saw them. Straight off, I knew. A couple of them held me, knocked me around. The others grabbed 3 women, kind of for hostage, I guess. Brill, he's the leader. He cleaned out the safe.
What about the killing?
3 or 4 of our boys came up, saw what was happening, started in shooting, and these snakes hauled the women folk over to the post office door and kept them in front for shields.
Your boys stopped shooting then?
Yeah, sure. Dropped the guns where they stood. Brill's kid brother was already dead then. Brill kind of went crazy, swore he'd kill the women, burn the town. Then the outfit rounded up a couple more women, and after that, everybody else. None of us wanted to see the women hurt. I guess we gave up too easy.
On account of his brother, huh?
He calls it murder. You heard.
They've kept you locked up in here ever since?
Yeah. He says he'll take us out 2 at a time and shoot us if we don't tell.
Do you know who it was?
No. Like I say, 3 or 4 fellas were shooting. Even they don't know which one of them it was.
Listen, Marshal. I'm Dave Maxon. I got a place outside of town. Listen, we got to do something quick.
Yeah, sure. Take it easy, will you?
My wife, that's her over there. She's got the baby. We come in this morning to get something at the store. You got to do something.
All right, Mr. Maxim. Now just take it easy, will you?
Look, there's 30 of us. The men, we could rush them. Some of us would get killed. But
now listen to me.
We got to get to the marshal.
I'm thinking all of us will get killed. And that's not the way.
We got to do something.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, what's it gonna be? Dylan, step over here. Well, what do you say?
I don't know. Seems to me you came here and broke the law. It's the chance your brother took when he got killed.
That was murder. He was shot in the back.
Maybe he got turned around looking for somebody to kill himself.
It was murder. I ain't gonna stand here arguing with you, mister. Who did it? You think I'm bluffing? I tell you, I ain't bluffing. If I have to wipe out this whole stinking town, I'm gonna do it.
That doesn't get your brother back. You in the habit of killing women and kids?
You shut up. Okay. Sanders, Carger, start with 2 of them. Take them outside. That fella.
You.
And him.
No. Oh, no, not Dave.
Oh,
no, you can't. No, not Dave. No.
Brill, you're crazy. You do this and they won't even hang you. You'll be torn to pieces.
You won't be around to see it. All right, go on, get him outside. Well, anybody got anything to say? Anybody gonna say who killed my brother?
I'll tell you something, you yellow, gutless coyote!
Yellow, gutless, Anybody else? Okay. He don't count. We still need 2. You. Get away with him. Go on. They both of them outside.
They took the 2 men out, and we stood there. Some of us looking at the body of Maxim with his wife sobbing over him. others staring at the closed door. It had happened so quickly there wasn't time to think, to figure anything. And there wasn't any way to shut out the sound of what happened outside.
Oh, no! I gotta do something.
No, Bill, don't.
We will return for the second act of Gunsmoke in just a moment. But first, a skid can be tragic if the road is wet or icy. A faulty windshield wiper that's a nuisance in a shower can be your nemesis in a snowstorm. The sum and substance of our message being, take extra care when you're driving under winter conditions. Make sure your car's prepared for winter, and then drive it with twice your usual caution. Now, for the second act of Gunsmoke.
Except for Maxon's wife and another woman whose husband had died, there was a quiet now in the warehouse. The killers didn't come back in again. Maybe for what they'd done, they didn't have the nerve right then. It takes nerve to look at the faces of the ones who are left. I found out that there'd been 12 of them who'd ridden in. Now with the one who was gone, there were 11. I talked to the boys who had done the shooting at the gang. 2 of them were willing to give up, but 2 others weren't, and I didn't blame them. We waited, Chester, Bill Holton, and me in a corner trying to make a plan. An hour went by. An early evening chill found its way into the warehouse.
I think they'll do it again. 2 more of us.
Not for a while, maybe. That kind will get liquored up first. It makes them brave.
I still think that maybe now's a chance to get outside, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah, it might be.
What scares me, though, is they'll start with the women and kids.
Yeah.
There's always a chance somebody will ride in, maybe see what's happening and send for help.
Like us, huh? Mm-mm. Besides, it'll take too long.
Mr. Dillon, let me try it. I don't want to hear no more of these women doing that.
Just let me think, Chester.
They're coming back.
All right. Come on, quick.
There's 2 of them. You can see through the crack.
Yeah. It's the ones that got our guns. Brill isn't with them. Chester, get on the other side of the door.
Yes, sir.
You, mister, and Bill, behind me.
Okay, right, man.
And when they come in, grab them in time. Now, look, I want everybody to keep real quiet. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, now wait until they're inside.
You think the others might be around the back?
I don't know. We'll take the chance. Now, whoever gets hold of them, don't let them yell.
Hey, let me have a drink, will you?
Here.
Yeah. What do you think?
What?
In there.
How should I know?
Well, we shouldn't hang around too long. I figure we ought to start riding.
You know Brill, it was the kid. He thought a lot of them.
Yeah. Hey, there's one woman in there, though. Did you see her?
Tall one?
No, with the old man, the pretty one, the little.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we get her out here and the others will talk.
Might be.
I ain't saying it will make them talk, but a lot of men in there are soft about women.
What about Brill?
Nah, he don't care. He wants to find out who killed the kid. Maybe we can get him to talk.
Sure. Might be fun.
Hey, miss. No, you. Over there. Come on. We won't hurt you. We want to talk to you outside. Come on. He said come here.
She don't want it.
Cover me, will you? I'll go get her.
All right, now. All right, get the door closed.
Mine only had but one gun, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah. Well, this one's got two. All right, which one of you here can handle a gun right?
Frank's the best.
Donnelly?
Yes, sir?
Here. We'll split up the cartridges. Just get over by the crack there and keep a lookout.
Yes, sir.
One of the kids found an axe behind those empty crates, mate.
Good. See if you can find anything else.
Yeah, mate.
Well, it's 3 of us now. 9 of them with guns.
Yeah, except that we know that and they don't. Donnelly, you're going to have to stay here. Chester and I'll try to get some more guns. Now, you got a good chance to knock out a couple more of them if they come in. Shoot to kill them, you understand?
I understand.
Wait a minute, man. I'm coming with you.
No.
Listen, I used to throw an axe pretty good. I get close enough to one of them boys, I can split him. I'm coming with you. It's our only chance. You start shooting and the whole bunch will be on your neck. This is quieter.
Okay, let's go. You see anybody, Chester?
No, sir. He must be up the saloon.
All right, then open the door. And if we hear any shots back here, Donnelly, we'll come running. Take it easy now. We got outside and made a run over to some dugouts. Up the street, we could hear the killers still drinking their courage back. If it had just been the 3 of us against them, we might have taken a chance, but with the women and kids in the warehouse, we couldn't do that. We'd have to pick them off if we could, one by one. And the first shot we fired, there was going to be trouble. Out to the left of the warehouse in the evening shade, I saw the bodies of the 2 men they'd shot down. A dog was moving around, whimpering. A couple of minutes went by, and then we started around the back and made our way up behind the saloon.
If we get in by the back door, Mr. Dillon, you think we could surprise them?
We can't take the chance, Chester. Not with only 2 guns. They'd get us, and you know what'll happen.
Yes, sir.
One of them's coming out. Look.
Yeah?
It's the fella shot Dave Maxon.
He's heading this way. You think he's... Oh.
Bill?
Yeah?
Think you can get him from here?
A little closer, maybe. Not from here.
He's got 2 guns on him. We need them. Stay in line with the post. We'll cover you.
Okay.
I saw Holden's big fist tighten around the axe handle. He moved out and down the alley in line with the post. The killer never looked up. He just stood there, head down, swaying a bit. Then Holden stopped. His arm raised up and back. And the axe caught a gleam of light and must have thrown it into the killer's eye. He had just time to look up and see the thing before it caught him square.
I haven't done that for a long time. I only throw at trees and boards. I never did it to a man before. I never killed a man like that.
Chester, get the other gun.
Yes.
All right, here. Here, Bill, take this. All right, we got 4 now. That ought to fix us. Now, look, I don't like what we're going to do, but it's the safest way. We go in there shooting, get them fast. In the leg, anywhere. Try not to kill, but don't give them a chance to shoot back.
Yes, sir.
Sure, man.
You okay, Bill? You want to wait a minute?
I'm okay.
telling you, I ain't leaving until a man killed my brother gets it the same way. No, sir, I won't hear no discussion. How long is that? Drink up, we'll go on back now and see if they change their minds.
It's all right with me.
Thinking Marshal Dillon out this time. Yeah. And that deputy. Yeah. Too many marshals around this country anyway.
Sure.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Keep your hands where they are, Brill. All right, Chester, take their guns.
Yes, sir.
I'm arresting you for murder, Brill. The rest of them with you.
Killed my brother. Got him in the back. My brother, they murdered him.
You know something? If I wasn't the marshal, I'd do the same thing to you right now. It's too bad I can't. I hope it hurts when they hang you, Brill. And it was over. And I got the feeling like it never happened, that there hadn't been time for it to happen. But the dead men's women knew that it wasn't a dream. The next day, a half a dozen of the fellows, Chester and myself, took the outlaws back to Dodge. Most of them had been hit back in the saloon. One died in Cimarron before we could get him to the dock. But not Brill. He was alive when he went to Hayes City with the rest of the boys. I was there when they tried him. And I was there when they hanged him.
Gunsmoke, under the direction of Norman MacDonald, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Tonight's story was specially written for Gunsmoke by Anthony Ellis, with music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Featured in the cast were Lawrence Dobkin, Vic Perrin, Bob Sweeney, John Dehner, Lou Krugman, Michael Ann Barrett, and Ted Bliss. Parley Bear is Chester. Gunsmoke is heard by our troops overseas through the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Join us again next week as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal, fights to bring law and order out of the wild violence of the West in Gunsmoke. Tomorrow night, CBS Radio raises the curtain on a new dramatic treat, The Theater of Stars, on the network that brings you Lionel Barrymore's Sunday Night Playhouse and thrilling stories of escape. Tomorrow night, for the premiere performance over most of these same CBS radio stations, hear lovely Joan Fontaine in The Guardsman. It's a sprightly, peppery adaptation of Franz Molnar's great French comedy, a romantic experience you will certainly enjoy. Remember, Theater of Stars, tomorrow night, premiere performance on CBS Radio. This is Roy Rowan speaking. America now listens to 105 million radio sets and listens most to the CBS Radio Network.
73 years ago, February 23rd, 1953, Gunsmoke on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll head for Wistful Vista in a moment, 79 to be precise, and see what's going on with Fibber McGee and Molly.
In 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte escaped from exile on the island of Elba. Once the most powerful man in Europe, the aging Bonaparte prepared to make war on the combined forces of England, Russia, and Prussia. The Allied armies were commanded by the Duke of Wellington, arrogant and aristocratic. The only man in Europe whose military genius matched Napoleon's. The two met one incredible afternoon in a battle that changed the face of the world.
Rod Steiger is Napoleon, Christopher Plummer is Wellington, and Orson Welles is Louis XVIII. Now, Paramount Pictures is proud to present the greatest battle ever fought.
Waterloo. Rated G, general audiences.
We wrap up this episode of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox with a visit to 79 Wistful Vista and Fibber McGee and Molly. This was broadcast 71 years ago, February 21st, 1955.
It's time for Fibber McGee and Molly. Sundays through Thursdays, NBC brings you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. We'll hear our story in a minute after Fibber and Molly warm up a bit.
You know, McGee, taking off your shoes is one of the best feelings in the world, next to coming home.
Yeah.
Bet most of us don't think about coming home at all until we think about how we'd feel if we couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go along month after month paying rent on your apartment or paying off the mortgage on your home with never a thought to what might happen if you...
Now, hold on there, kiddo. Wait a minute. Just remember, there is one way to make sure your home stays your home, and that's with a Prudential Mortgage Cancellation Plan.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, with this plan included in your insurance program, you don't have to worry about keeping a roof over your family's head. The Prudential Insurance Company guarantees the money to pay off the mortgage on your home, even if Dad dies unexpectedly before it's all paid.
Oh, McGee, that's wonderful. How much does it cost?
For most families, the yearly cost is less than 1% of the amount you borrowed.
I think the Prudential's Home Protection Plan is a wonderful idea. And if you think so, too, call your Prudential agent and let him tell you about the mortgage cancellation plan. Or, if you live in an apartment, Prudential's rent payment plan.
Take care of it soon, huh?
The pupils of the Wistful Vista Grammar School will present a George Washington playlet this afternoon for a select group of parents and friends. One of the friends is working right now on a couple of costumes for the play.
How you coming with the colonial haberdashery, Molly? All through?
Just about. There. Now, how do you like that uniform? That's one of George Washington's soldiers.
Pretty snazzy.
Yeah. If Dior thinks his styles are revolutionary, he ought to see this, huh?
Yeah, looks good. How'd you happen to get stuck with this job, anyhow?
Oh, it's no trouble. I'm just fixing a couple of the costumes. Teeny's teacher asked me to help. Teeny's one of the stars of the play, you know.
Oh, it ought to be great. Hey, let me see that uniform again. How come the sleeves on it are so long? They'll come clear down to
It's for Willie Toops.
Oh, well, that figures. That kid's built just like his old man. And Mort Toops' knuckles are always skinned up from dragging him on the floor when he sits down.
Well, I've got all the children's measurements here. And if you think that's something, you just take a look at this uniform. And this lad's mother says he's still growing.
I can almost get into that coat myself. Let me see, who's that for?
Barry Little, known to his friends as Biggie. He's playing the lead, George Washington.
Ah, yes. Washington at Valley Forge. Onward, men, onward. There's the valley. Forge ahead.
McGee, take that uniform coat off before you tear it.
Okay. School play. I remember the time I was George Washington in the school play in Miss Fiditch's class back in Peoria?
Oh, indeed I do.
Yeah.
The the curtain went up and you walked out on the stage in your tight little uniform and said, "I am George Washington, commander of the troops." Dropped your sword, stooped over to pick it up, and your trousers split right down the middle.
Oh, did they?
And Miss Speditch dropped the curtain, and your mother ran out and yanked you into the wings, and the school band played a concert to fill out the bill.
Yeah. It's funny now, but boy, it was horrible at the time. I used to wake up sweating every night for years thinking of how them pants ripped.
Get that, will you? I've got to take these uniforms out in the kitchen and press them.
Okay, come in.
Hi, Mr. McGee, hi.
Oh, hello, Teeny. Come in. What are you doing out of school? Home for lunch?
Yeah, but I couldn't eat anything.
You couldn't eat. What's the matter? Lose all your teeth or something? Anytime you can't eat, it must be something very...
Well, it's the play.
Oh?
Our school play. George Washington at Valley Forge. I'm in it and I'm scared, Mr. McGee.
Scared? Ah.
I'm scared to death, I bet you. All the kids will be watching and the parents and...
Relax, Teeny. You got nothing to worry about. You'll do fine.
I'll forget, Mr. McGee. I just know I'll forget. I'm supposed to be Martha Washington, and it's a very dignified part, and if I goof, it'll be a blot on my country's honor.
Oh, now take it easy, Teeny. Look, is that the play you got there with you?
Yeah, this is it. I got a big part, too. The whole play is practically all just me and Biggie Little. He's George Washington.
Yes, I know. I heard about Biggie. Well, look, you still got plenty of time. I'll rehearse it with you.
Oh, gee, would you do that? Would you, mister? Would you? Oh, boy.
Sure, glad to, sis. Let's see the play.
Here you are. We start there, on that page with the name of that Italian man who wrote it on it.
Italian man?
Yeah, Mr. Pagione, C-P-A-G.
Oh, that's page 1.
Oh, I was wondering how he knew so much about American history.
I'll read Biggie's part, and you do yours.
If I can remember it.
Well, we'll see. You ready?
Okay.
Now, let's see. The scene is set on the banks of the Delaware just before Washington's crossing. His beloved wife, who has sneaked through the enemy lines to bid her husband Godspeed, approaches. George speaks. "Martha, it's you."
Gee, you're good.
Oh, come on now, Teeny.
Okay. Give me that again.
Martha, it's you.
Yes, George.
You shouldn't have come, my dear. You know the penalty if you're caught.
Yes, George.
And still you are willing to take that chance?
Yes, George.
To spend these last moments with me?
Yes, George.
Hey, wait a minute here. Is that all you say in this whole play? Is just yes, George, yes, George?
Mm-hmm. Except for that one line where Biggie says, "Martha, I, as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, demand you leave instantly." And I say, "No, George." That's the trouble.
Oh, George.
I don't know when that comes. And if I say no, George, when I should say yes, George, the curtain will close or something, and it's going to be awful embarrassing.
Okay. Let's start over. Now, relax. The main thing about acting is to be relaxed. We'll run through this a few times, and pretty soon...
Back to Wistful Vista in a minute.
It's wonderful the way you feel with dial, dial, dial. No fear of odor, more appeal with dial, dial, dial.
It's a wonderful feeling, that dial feeling, and the reason why folks change to Dial faster than they ever did to any other soap. For with Dial, you never worry about odor. You see, normal perspiration has no odor until skin bacteria attack it. They cause the odor. Ordinary soaps can't remove these bacteria effectively, but daily washing with Dial removes up to 95% of them. Dial's the only leading soap with AT7, or hexachlorophene. There's nothing else as good, and it clings to your skin, protecting you for several days if need be. That's why Dial stops odor before it starts, why users say they just don't feel as clean with any other soap. It's that Dial feeling. Aren't you glad you use Dial soap, and don't you wish everybody did?
And then George says, "But Martha, it is dangerous here. I demand you leave. Will you go?" And you say,
No, George.
That's it. Great. You got it.
Oh, that's good, Teeny. You'll do fine.
Sure, you got it perfect now.
Gee, you sure been a big help, mister.
You better beat it back to school now. It's after 1 o'clock. We'll see you over there.
I have to bring the costumes anyhow, Teeny, and we'll stay and watch the play.
Yeah, I'll stand in the wings, and if you forget anything, I'll holler to you.
Oh, boy, good. I'll fracture him, I betcha.
Good.
Yes, George. No, George.
Whew. What a workout with that kid. We must have went through that play 15 times.
Well, it's very important to her. I know just how she feels.
Sure, me too. When I walked out on the stage in that 5th grade play of ours with the whole school sitting there, dropped my sword and split my britches, I thought it was the end of the world.
Mm-hmm. Say, you'd better give me a hand with these costumes, if you will.
Okay.
Help me put them on hangers so they won't get mussed. We should have them over at school in a half an hour, and I have to get dressed, so if you'll help me. Down this way, McGee. Let's go right backstage. Hurry up.
Yeah.
Don't drag those costumes now. Careful. We should have gotten here earlier. Oh, hello, Dr. Gamble.
Well, hello there, my dear. You're looking charming this afternoon. You got a new hairdo, haven't you?
Well, now, you're sweet to notice it, Doctor, but it's nothing really. Just a little chicken fat. I always slick my hair down with chicken fat.
Oh, don't mind him, Doctor.
What's new, Turtle Tummy?
Look, McGee, we don't have time to chat. You'd better take these costumes right backstage and give them to Miss Yeagley.
Mm-hmm.
The kids must be dressing by now.
Okay, I'll run them back, and maybe I can help with the scenery, the lights or something.
Please, McGee, just give her the costumes and come right back out front here.
Well, I'll hurry, Molly, if there's anything I can...
What the dickens is he doing back there? I guess I better run backstage and see about him, Doctor.
Go ahead. I'll try to hold these seats for you both.
Oh, dear. The thing's about to begin. Pardon me, please. Coming through, please.
Good luck, Molly. I'll hang on to these seats as long as I... Oh, it's starting.
Good afternoon, parents and friends of our pupils. This afternoon, in honor of the father of our country, whose birthday is tomorrow, we are proud to present a group of our pupils in a dramatization of George Washington at Valley Forge. This play is our annual tribute to the memory of our first president.
McGee, where are you? Are you back here?
Yeah, shh, it's dark here in the wings. They had a little trouble with the cast.
McGee, what are you doing in that uniform? Take that off. The boy will have to get dressed. It's about to start.
Shh, listen.
I know that you're all going to enjoy it. Before we begin, however, I regret to announce that Barry Little of grade 6A, who was to have played George Washington, has a bad cold and is unable to be here today.
What? Oh, no.
Fortunately, though, we have found a last-minute substitution. One who has been rehearsing the part all afternoon. And with a little convincing, he kindly volunteered to step in and play the role, Mr. Fibber McGee.
What? Oh, McGee, you can.
Teeny told her I would. What could I do? Hey, where's my sword? Quick, my sword, my sword. You seen... Oh, I got it.
But, McGee, you can't do
I can't argue now, kiddo. I'm on. Ah, 'tis a cold winter day as I face my troops at Valley Forge. But so long as this sword in my good right hand is... Whoops. I dropped it.
Don't pick it up, McGee. Let it lay there. Don't stoop over in that uniform.
Oh, my God.
Run the curtain down, somebody.
Drop the curtain.
Oh, my God.
McGee, get out of there. History repeats itself.
Oh, my God.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. Ever wondered why your child sometimes eats everything you give him and sometimes won't touch a thing? Well, small children like variety in their meals as much as you do. Yet it's sometimes easy for parents to fall in the beef, peas, cereal, and applesauce rut. That's why you shouldn't miss the March issue of Woman's Home Companion. Dr. Benjamin Spock, famous pediatrician, and nutritionist Miriam Lowenberg have written Dr. Spock's Baby and Child Care Cookbook. From this, the companion brings you 10 helpful pages of recipes and menus. Follow the 7 basic rules of child menu planning that Dr. Spock suggests, and there'll be no more plates thrown on the floor or food pushed away. And in the same issue, there's an exciting 5-page spread devoted to the new color look in fashions for spring. Don't miss the paint box colors in leather, the light and bright color teams and accessories. Get your copy of Woman's Home Companion today. You just can't afford to miss it.
still say there wasn't any need for that teacher to cancel the whole play, Molly. I could have gone on with it if she'd just had the sense to keep a needle handy backstage.
If anyone backstage could have found the needle, McGee, they'd have stabbed you with it. Now go on up to bed.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, all.
Fibber McGee and Molly is an NBC Radio Network production transcribed with Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble. The teacher was played by Mary Lansing. Tomorrow, McGee crosses swords with one of the new Wonder fabrics. It's a wonderful show, so don't miss it. This is John Wall saying good night.
71 years ago, February 21st, 1955, Fibber McGee and Molly here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll have comedy tomorrow with the show that spun off from Fibber and Molly, The Great Gildersleeve, Robert Young and Father Knows Best, George Burns and Gracie Allen, Jack Benny, and another episode of Fibber and Molly. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.